The Coffee Break Chat. I'm your host, Mike Bellamy. Joining me in studio is Ron Michaelwitz. Ron is from Sky Property Services, and we were talking about this a little earlier this morning, and that is the energy audit, making sure that your home is as energy efficient as possible. You can visit their website to talk about anything, to see anything that we're talking about today at www.skypropertyservices.com. That's www.skypropertyservices.com. Ron, thank you so much for coming in. How you doing?
Hey, thanks a lot, Mike. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. So kind of let us know. I mean, Sky Property Services, we'll get to exactly what you guys do there, but kind of tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get involved in homes, home building, and making sure that homes are as energy efficient as possible?
Right. Well, we started back in 2001. We started in real estate with William Ravis Real Estate. We worked for a few years as that. We kind of grew into a property management company where we helped most of my clients that had multiple properties manage their properties, make any kind of repairs that they needed and upgrades in those homes.
So you've seen some homes in really great shape and some homes in pretty poor shape.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, when it comes specifically construction side of things, it's one thing to be on the real estate side, but on construction, how did you get involved on that side as well?
Right. Well, we started off with the construction. We saw the market getting strong around 2005. We looked to get involved in flipping houses. So, at the time, from just being a realtor, we had to put together a crew. And at the time, I used most of my friends and family that were experienced enough to help me on the flips. And we had some success with flipping a few houses. And in order to keep the guys employed, we started to do roofing, siding, windows, gutters. We ended up expanding into small additions and remodeling interiors. So we kind of grew from small companies, the idea of property management, into a small construction firm at that time.
And now, hearing what you're saying, you've worked with weatherization, with insulation. You've worked with these types of things. So it was an obvious jump for you, as you said, when the housing market was at its strong point, getting involved with the way you were with construction, and now realizing that it seems to be that energy efficiency is where everybody seems to go. An obvious switch for you.
Right, that's correct. I mean, we saw actually when the market started to decline a little bit, we saw there's going to be a greater need for people to try to save money. So I was lucky enough, one of my friends from A+ Building Supplies had showed us the cellulose insulation, and we kind of came in slightly naive using fiberglass on most of the additions we had done in the past, and we learned about the green effects and the quality of the cellulose insulation. We started to try to find out as much as we could about the benefits for people and saving energy. We'd gotten involved with a small insulation company. I tried to help him sell some of his jobs, and then finally we kind of took a step forward to start doing the installs ourselves.
And have you noticed when the going green aspect, is it a easier install or is it a more difficult install when it comes to putting things green inside homes?
Yeah, it depends on the situation, but with cellulose insulation, I mean, we do other types of insulation too, foam obviously, and fiberglass. But when it comes to the cellulose product, it's one of the greener products. It's 85% recycled material. It's just used phone books and newspaper recycled and treated with a borate. So the product really pulls away. For all the paper that's used in this recycled newspaper, you actually take away your carbon footprint from all the paper you're going to use in your lifetime.
So here we are, Ron, in 2010. Where do we go from here? I mean, how do you continue to grow? How do you continue to adapt to what people need these days?
I think for us, we've seen a huge growth in us. We're doing about 80 jobs a month as a retrofit style, filling older homes, especially here in Bridgeport, along with New Haven. You have a lot of older homes, multifamily homes that are completely empty. So us filling these properties that have never had any insulation in them over the years, it's a huge savings day one. But we're starting to push forward more into new construction. The way that building sciences are, they're showing that spray foam and starting good from step one with a great foundation with a sealed building envelope, you're seeing huge savings from day one.
We're speaking with Ron Michaelwitz from Sky Property Services. Once again, everything we're talking about today, you can see on their website at www.skypropertyservices.com. That's skypropertyservices.com to get more information there. Now let's get into the energy audit. Explain what exactly is an energy audit.
Yeah, I don't think many people know about the energy audit. It's something that's so beneficial that not a lot of people really get to find out about. When the energy auditors come out to your property, that they perform a blower door test. So they depressurize the home and they look for leaks, any kind of penetrations or leakage anywhere within the home. They'll actually go forward at that point within the audit and seal all the leakage. They're trying to reduce, your home CFM it's called. They try to reduce the air leakage, but at the same time they're changing all your light bulbs for Energy Star, energy efficient light bulbs. They're giving you new shower heads, low flow shower heads, low flow faucet heads. They're weather stripping all the windows and doors in the property. They're checking all your combustion appliances for carbon monoxide leakage. So it's a huge benefit. But when they're done with the services, they'll actually sit down with you and tell you the directions that you should go, and they provide you the number of rebates provided federally and by the state and the utilities to help you as far as for the insulation and for energy efficient appliances. On the insulation end of it that really affects us, all the insulation costs that you take for installs in your home are rebated back to you at 50%.
Wow.
50% of all the money comes back from a fund that you're currently paying for. As a consumer, from all the utilities, the Connecticut Energy Efficiency Fund is taken out of your monthly bill. And that money is saved up, and along with federal subsidies, it's supplied back to anyone that's interested in making their homes more energy efficient.
Wow, and then when we talk about efficiency, especially with insulation and, as you said, the blow test to make sure that air isn't getting out or coming back in, I mean, how much can an average individual save on energy costs when it comes to doing just some simple things around the house that you explained?
Well, I think just as simple, even turning down your hot water heater, even when the auditors come through your house, at the small things they're doing at the time they're there, I mean, the audit in itself, you're saving $700 close to for the things that they do when they're there on the energy audit. But then day one when they leave, from the steps that they take, you're probably saving $30, $40 a month just on your monthly utility costs. But then when we come in and install the insulation, surveys say that by installing insulation in your walls and your attic and have a fully enclosed building envelope, you're honestly saving in the yearly studies about 30 to 40% of your annual consumption in energy.
Oh, wow. And you'll probably see this very quickly, I would assume, on your energy costs, your electric bill, especially if we're getting into the summertime and air conditioning and then also heating your home. I would assume you see it on a monthly basis in your bills.
Especially like coming into the winter, people seem to call and thank us right away. They maybe keep their thermostat set at 65. We come in, put in the installations, and then day one they're back down to like 62, 63. They see a reduction in their thermostat settings right away.
Yeah.
But I mean, even in like in oil usage, you know, my own home we had done where we were spending about $4,000 a year on oil, and then this year we tracked the numbers around $2,800.
Oh, wow.
So we've seen a $1,200 savings in my own studies in 1 year.
Now, we just got our taxes done, Ron. I sat down with my tax agent, and they asked me if there was any sort of work that I had done around the house, because there was a $1,500 tax incentive to get work done around the house. Explain that if you could for people.
The tax incentive works separate from the Home Energy Solution Program. Some people feel like you're not allowed to use both, but actually you are. So, you know, if someone came to the house and had a situation where they had a $4,000 job, $2,000 of that come back to you in a rebate from your utility companies, but then at the end of the year on your taxes, you still get to apply the material cost of that job towards your reductions. So whatever the cost of materials are at $2,000, $3,000, 30% of that money, up to $4,500, come back to you.
Oh, wow.
So you can end up taking a 50% savings on the cost of the install, and now another $1,500 back at the end of the year when you do your taxes.
So many different avenues to be able to pretty much get the job done for free.
Correct.
I mean, and it's going to be paying you back monthly when you think about it over with your energy costs.
I mean, actually, last year the program was stronger. That's why people really have to act now. This program we're currently involved with is approved till the end of December 2010. But last year it was $1 for $1, $1 rebate per square foot.
Oh, wow.
So if we had installed 4,000 square feet of insulation last year, you would get back $4,000 and still have an option for the tax credit. Because they'd introduced oil into the program, they had to divide the money slightly. So now this year it's a 50% back on the jobs. So we don't know how long the program's going to last, and it's really something that if you don't take advantage of, in the long run, you're going to regret you didn't get involved.
Ron Michaelwitz is our guest from Sky Property Services. Once again, all of this information is detailed on their website, www.skypropertyservices.com. That's skypropertyservices.com. So, Ron, people have heard it. They want to get involved. They want to get started. What do they go about doing? What's their first step?
I guess the first step is to have one of our guys come out and give them an analysis, see what they really need, who do they need to speak to, what auditors they need to go to. They can give us a call on our phone number, 877-736-9648, or they can just log on to the website, skypropertyservices.com.
And is this a good time of year? I mean, I'm assuming as the temperatures are starting to get warmer, people are thinking about cranking up that air conditioning here in a timely basis. I would assume this is, I mean, any time is a good time of year, but you said now especially to take advantage of these tax and rebate programs, because you just never know how long they're going to last.
Yeah, that's true. And then within the year, I mean, any time is a good time. This time you see people start to slow down a tiny bit because they're not using a lot of heat, they're not using a lot of AC in the 2 months to come. But you really have to get a jump on it. The auditors take a few weeks to get out to the property. By the time they get out there, we get to do the install. Next thing you know, it's summer and you're saving money on the AC.
And what's your phone number again, Ron, so people have it?
My phone number is 877-736-9648.
All right, sounds good. And Ron, with the experience that you guys have, not only real estate, construction, and now making sure that people are energy efficient as possible. I mean, you know all angles of it, so the expertise that you're able to supply for individuals, because let's face it, a lot of us know how to put a key into a home and turn the lock and open up the door. That's about as far. I know how to run my dishwasher, but I don't know exactly what it does. I know it takes off the barbecue sauce after I put it into the home, but I don't know how efficient it is. And the fact that you guys can work with auditors to get them in to actually look at these things, you're really saving these people a lot of money, and these days we need every cent we can get.
That's right. Anyone have any questions about anything, any of the programs, anything involved with your home or saving energy, feel free to give us a call anytime.
Fantastic, Ron. Thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Ron Michaelwitz, as we said, from Sky Property Services. That's www.skypropertyservices.com, www.skypropertyservices.com. The WICC Coffee Break Chat, I'm Mike Bellamy.
Thanks, Audrey.